What's up, everybody? I'm Fred Warner.
And I'm Sydney Warner.
Welcome to the Warner House. Brought to you by
3013. So we just finished our last preseason game of the season, and we played the Chargers, and Fred had a pretty good play. Why don't you tell us about it?
I did have me a little play out there. My coach told me I was going to be in there for about a series or two, so I knew I had to make something happen, right? We're out there on third down. My number got called. I'm in the blitz. I come off the edge, boom, make a sack. Now before the game, I'm like, all right, if I make a play, force fumble, sack, touchdown, I got to show some love to my boy Nick Bosa. You know, I know he's going through a little bit of a contract situation, which obviously, hey, got to do what you got to do, baby. Make your bread. So he'll be back soon. We're not worried about that. All right. So I wanted to show love. So then when I got my sack, I gave him the little shrug, the little Nick Bosa, and then make it rain a little bit because he's gonna be a little wealthy soon. But I don't get in the backfield much. I'm trying to make that a regular occurrence this season, being in the backfield. Make my own sack dance, and we'll talk about that. We'll get the fans a little input on it and see what they want me to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really happy to get back there and do that, and it's good to be done with preseason. Preseason, unfortunately, those type of plays don't count. So now we're on to the real thing.
Mm-hmm. I hope Nick was watching whenever you did that.
I hope he was too. That's my guy.
Yeah,
he makes my job easy.
I hope it made him want to just sign those papers and get over to the Bay.
sign those papers, yeah.
With his friends.
In good timing, he'll be here.
Should be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that was really cool to see. I was really excited for you. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't count towards your stats for the season because it is preseason, but that's fine. Just practice for more.
Practice.
In September.
And now we got a little vibe going into the regular season.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to.
So wait, what do you think your celebrations? What's your go-to celebration just right now, like going into next month?
I don't really have like a sack celebration. Like my celebration for just making big plays is
like
go ahead, baby, show 'em.
And then when you're
I'm just like I'm a flexer. I'm a flexer, passion, yelling, screaming. That's my thing. So like maybe I need to get a little something. I did a little salsa in Mexico when I got my sack in Mexico. Maybe my little signature beat a little salsa.
Okay. Well, yeah, we talked about how, of course, like the whole Nick thing is coming to an end soon, which is good. But also I guess like we can touch on like the QB situation, like being that Trey just left and is going to start a new journey in Dallas. So excited for him.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for Trey. He obviously just needs a fresh start and getting those reps and doing that, just a fresh start. It's been such a roller coaster for him ever since he got here. So really happy for Trey. Saw him on the way out today, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Obviously he's sad to be going because he's such a great, like, just locker room guy, like made such deep connections with everybody in the building. I was with Elliot, and Elliot, had tears in his eyes because that's how much Trey meant to, everybody there. So, but it's tears of joy though, honestly. Like, I was just happy to see him go and flourish. Now another freaking great franchise in Dallas.
No, I think it's so good that he's so young too, and now he's he's going to an amazing team with so much history, and underneath Dak, like that's gonna be really good for him. And I'm like, he's like just such a nice guy, and it doesn't always your start isn't always how it's gonna end. So like we're really excited for him, and I'm glad that you got to see him before he left.
Yeah, no, it's good. And now we're obviously really excited about the emergence of Brock Purdy. I've been a huge Brock Purdy fan from day one, and him solidifying that starting spot in the way that he played last year him coming back from injury this offseason. It's not talked about a lot because honestly, he just kind of made it look so flawless. So, but coming back as quick as he did and looking like the same exact guy that he's always been, and then continuing to get better. That's the guy we're gonna have to lean on to win a lot of games this year.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we know how important the quarterback position is. So, keeping him healthy and confident to be able to go out there and lead the troops will be big time. But
he's the best guy, and he just got engaged. So congrats. Him and his girlfriend or fiance now, they are just like so sweet and seem so sweet. So love to see that. He's got like an extra little oomph for the season, and he's the guy. We love him. Like super excited, confident, ready to see him do his thing.
The man.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, training camp is a wild time of, I guess, preseason. Really, it's a time where not a lot of people maybe know this. Teams usually will take the whole team somewhere else just so you can focus strictly on football for like a whole entire month or two during training camp, where you remove yourself from your families completely. You have to stay in either dorms or hotel rooms. For us, we're lucky that we get to practice and do training camp at our facility. But, Kyle's a big believer in kind of building that camaraderie amongst the players, everybody staying at the hotel, eliminating distractions, that sort of thing. So obviously that's a big deal for us. I mean, we're so close and love each other so much that me being in the hotel is like, all right, that's a big deal. Like you're here by, just you with the dogs, and kind of talk to everyone about how that process is for you and like what you do on a day-to-day basis during training camp. Cause I'm gone from like 7 to 7. And then I get like a quick 30 minutes after I get home, and then I have to go to the hotel.
Yeah, so I think I don't like to like everyone's like, oh, like, why are you complaining? Like your husband's around all the time. And yeah, he is around all the time. That's what I'm used to. That's why when preseason comes along, you forget because you're coming off season where you're together 24/7 and you're, everything's great and you can relax a little bit from the football schedule 24/7. And then here we are, we hit preseason, and exciting because it's the best time of our year. But also, yeah, he's gone. But one of the perks, like I was speaking about earlier, is that we do live here around full year. So, we have a spot here that Fred will be able to come back to during preseason. So basically for those 2.5-ish weeks, he is in like the hotel. They don't come home until about 7 p.m. and then we'll see each other for an hour, and then he's gone again, which is hard when we don't have any kids and we don't have any family here. It's really just me and Fred. My whole family's in Alabama. His whole family's in San Diego. So for me, obviously not being from here, it's not easy. I of course have my schedule, my work, and my stuff going on, but 5 o'clock hits and it's just like me and the dogs, it's good for that first 3 days. You're like, oh, like, this is nice. Like I'm good. But then week 2.5, 3 comes around and it's just like a little bit, it gets exhausting. In the sense of just like, I wish like our schedule was regulated more. And I wish my husband was here with me, and you get emotional and it seems like it's never going to end, but it does end and it's fine. But yeah, it's not the easiest. People maybe seem like it's a little dramatic, but when you're used to something for so long and then you have to go 3 weeks without seeing your partner and being really just solo in a city that I don't know, it's not the easiest.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's hard, but I think about some of my teammates who they have to kind of leave their whole families behind in a whole other state.
I can imagine.
Some guys are either from the East Coast, or wherever they are in the country. They have families. They got kids who are in school. Like
imagine.
You can't just take your kids out of school just to bring them over to where you're at playing. So I feel for those guys, because I mean, not seeing your family for as long as they do. I couldn't imagine.
No, I know. I think about that often, about how hard it is, obviously, for other women that have several kids in school. Their dad's not there. Their support system's not there. He's away in a whole different state. They come every once in a while. I mean, I can't imagine what that does, obviously, to her and the kids, and also him, having to like focus on being good. And if he has a bad week at work and not having support from his family, like that's so hard. I can't remember what player it was, but during COVID, he was doing like a press conference and he like broke down. Do you remember? I can't remember what player that was.
I can't remember either.
But do you remember?
I mean, that was like such you talk about
hard, yeah,
how
during the
hard that
pandemic,
was.
yeah.
For everybody,
Right.
football or not football, but.
So I have it good. I have it good compared to other people's situations. So I don't ever forget that. I'm very lucky in our situation here. I can't imagine how other women do it. They're stronger than me. Props to you ladies because wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. But it's over and
training camp is officially over. Yeah. So now training camp's over. We talk about like looking toward the season, right? The schedule kind of comes out during the off season or towards the end of off season. Schedule comes out, right? Boom, you get your schedule. All right, you know that you're going to play all the NFC West teams every single year. You're going to play the Cardinals twice a year. You're going to play the Rams twice a year. Seattle. But then you get to see like, all right, who are we playing this year? What's the lineup looking like? Kind of go through what do you look at first of all in terms of like the schedule,
right
on
when
your
the
end?
schedule comes out, I focus on this the games that are in the South, so I can see my family. So we've got a game in Florida.
Okay, Jacksonville, yep.
Yeah, Jacksonville
Jaguars, yep.
And that's close to Alabama. Not real close, but like it's drivable. So I always look at those to be able to say, okay, this week I can go home to Alabama and then I can drive to this game. Last year we had a game in Atlanta. So I went home to Alabama. Me and my family drove to Atlanta, got to see Fred play.
That was great. I mean, we didn't win that game, but it was still great. That part of it, yeah.
That sucked. But yeah, it was really good to be able to like see my brother there and stuff. So that's what I look for. And then of course last season we had that really fun one in Vegas on New Year's Day. That was one I like planned for. This year Jacksonville, and then I'm excited to go to Seattle because I've never been to Seattle and we play Seattle on Thanksgiving, which I know. I've never not had a Thanksgiving at home cooking a big meal. It's a really big holiday for our family. So this is the first Thanksgiving ever that we will not be home, like with the turkey and with the family, with the music going, but it's okay. It's fine. I'll just be in a hotel room in Seattle.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that one. And then I'm really excited for Christmas Day because we don't get to do Thanksgiving here, but we'll be able to do Christmas big. We'll be able to host Christmas at our house and have family come to the Christmas Day game. Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
What do you look at?
This is Kobe, by the way.
Yeah.
Little Kobe.
If you follow us on socials, you know Kobe. He's a sweet little tater tot.
Just the sweetest little boy. But yeah, what do I look forward to? Okay, boom, the schedule comes out. I'm immediately looking at, all right, obviously, who do we play first? And I'm also looking at how many primetime games we have because, I mean, playing primetime, either Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night, those big-time games, you always want as many of those as you can get. I think this year we have four or five that we got.
When you say primetime game, what does that mean?
Sorry, so yes, primetime game means that you're going to be on Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, or Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
So, you know, the whole entire country is literally turning their TVs on to watch that game on that specific, time slot. So more eyes, that's just, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just love primetime games. It's just like get the juices flowing a little bit more. And so, and like I said, I look at that first game, and we play Pittsburgh this year, which I've actually never played Pittsburgh before. I've never been to their stadium. We played them last time we played them. I think it was back in 2019. They came to our place, and it was just like a back and forth battle early on in the season, and we managed to pull it out. I think we were minus in the turnover margin, which is crazy. Still won that game, but sorry, I'm getting a little bit too much football. But anyway, so we play Pittsburgh at their place this year to start it off, and that's going to be a huge test for us because they just got done having an outstanding preseason. Their offense looks really good. Obviously they have Kenny Pickett as a second-year quarterback out of Pitt, and he's taking that next step. I think that second-year players are supposed to take. So I'm looking forward to it. And, the terrible towels, the little yellow towels that they kind of flail around out there in Pittsburgh. I'm gonna be juiced up, ready to go. I'm gonna be excited about it, and I know our team will be ready.
Yeah. So you have the two away games back to back, which is Pittsburgh and then LA,
right?
And then we have our first home game, and that's a Thursday night game
Thank goodness.
against
New York Giants.
Yep. So I'm really excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am not going to the first 2 away games. I'm going to go home and spend time with family, just because, I don't know, I just feel like it's a good time because during the season I won't be able to get away for that long. So I'm going to take those 2 weeks and go home, watch the games with my family, and support you that way. But then every other game I will try to be at, of course. But yeah, it'll be good. I'm excited to see you. It's crazy that the first 2 are away, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, obviously, for you to get back home to Alabama and see your family because you hardly ever even get to go back there. You know,
Right.
You don't have a ton of family back there, but I mean, me and Sid are both very family oriented, and family means a lot to us. So we are very much so action over words. So being there with your family, it means a lot.
I have a question. The fact that we have 2 away is like, why is like, do you get like favored as a team if you, let's say you win the Super Bowl or something? Do you get more home games, or does it even matter? It's just very random.
It's random.
Okay.
You know, they have I don't know how many people are involved in like the making of the schedule, but like there's a few key players in there, or not players, a few key guys in there who literally sit down with all 32 teams, and you know, it comes out at the very beginning of the offseason who you're playing, but then actually like saying, okay, this is the exact lineup of how it's going to go. That's all up to them. And you have, I think you have the equal amount of away and home games. It just depends on like how they're kind of spread out.
Equal amount?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Every season is equal. You get X amount of home games, X amount of away games.
Yeah, I think so.
But okay, but just the
it's just like
order is
for
not,
you. It just feels like it's like, oh my god, like
I
they're
feel like
always
every
on the
year it
freaking
feels like
road.
we're always on the road.
It's because we start on the road a lot. I feel like for whatever reason, I don't know why they do it like that, but I actually enjoy that because. Which would you rather have? You rather have more home games in the beginning or at the end when it matters more? You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, and another part of it is like, all right, let's just say, boom, you're able to steal 2 wins on the road in the beginning of your season. Like that sets you up like to just like really get on a roll, you know?
Last year, especially at the back end of the season, we were like dominating on the road. We're doing so good on the road.
We dominated everywhere. We won 12 straight.
No, I know. But on the road, it's harder.
It's harder
obviously.
On the road, I know. But yeah, I think I enjoy playing on the road. You know, it's cool to go into somebody else's house and try to compete for a win. Pittsburgh will be really fun. I've never played there, and like I said, and Troy Polamalu was actually one of my favorite players growing up. I wore 43 all growing up because Troy Polamalu, and I met him this past offseason in New York when we did that signing.
How long did he play for Pittsburgh, or is he still with them?
No, he's not still with him. He's a Hall of Famer now. Won the Hall of Fame. He's the one who trains Huff in the offseason in San Diego. Him and Huff are really tight. And so that's why Huff is a baller now because he got Troy Polamalu as his mentor. Well, he's a baller for many reasons. But
he's a Pittsburgh like legend.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the biggest.
Okay.
Yeah. So he had this big flowy hair safety, just out there crazy, like just making plays all over the field, wreaking havoc. Just a beast. So we'll see if he's out there week 1. I don't know.
I'm sure he will be because Huff will be there.
Exactly.
Well, that's good. And you've never played at Pittsburgh, so that'll be a moment for you.
Right. All right, honey. So I have a question for you. How is it, or let's just say, like, what's the best part and the worst part about being what they call, quote unquote, a wag? What did even that mean? The NFL wag or
I mean
wives and girlfriends?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, wives and girlfriend. You're not a girlfriend, so how is it being like a wife of an NFL player?
Well, I'd say it's great being just your wife in general because I love you no matter what your profession is.
Right.
And it's funny, I'm being from Alabama. I didn't even, whenever Fred reached out way back when he played for the 49ers, no lie, I did not know who the 49ers were. Like I had never heard of them. The only NFL team I had heard of were the Atlanta Falcons and of course the Cowboys. And like, which sounds so silly, but in Alabama, it's strictly SEC college football. So
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was a funny little tidbit. But I think the best part about being your wife with your profession is, of course, just like this season of life. And like, it's not normal that your husband plays in a stadium full of thousands of people, every Sunday, and you get to do what you love. And it's, an athletic sport. That's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
So just being able to experience that as your partner is extremely cool, and I reap the benefits of getting ever to go and being able to just like meet people that I never would have met unless you did this profession, and just being around a lot of people that I never would meet unless you did what you did. The worst part, I think, would be having to be away from my family, having to move, you go to these different cities, you move around so much, your partner is away a lot. I think that would be a con for sure. And also just never knowing like if you're going to come out of a game with an injury. That is like, every time I watch a game, I'm on pin. I'm just like sick to my stomach because I know how hard you play,
Mm-hmm.
and every single thing you do is just like 100%. So just like, yeah, things could end badly, but they don't, because you're smart and you're healthy and you're good. So that's on our side, but that's obviously, you don't want to see the person that you love getting hurt all the time. But yeah, definitely the pros outweigh the cons.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're really blessed.
Yes, we
And
are.
I couldn't have asked us for a better situation, and we're really happy. And this is just such a cool thing to be able to say that you did, and like for our kids one day to see you and be able to say like you did that, and you'll be in this community for the rest of your life. So yeah.
Beautiful.
So we're going to wrap it up here, guys, and we're going to ask if you guys have any like questions of what you want us to talk about, certain specific questions, topics, tidbits about us, details that we wouldn't think of. Just let us know. Fred said one earlier about what do you guys think his
A sack celly should be.
Okay. And then just about us, whatever specific questions that you have, we would love to answer those for you guys. If you have any, just let us know. We will be doing this all season. We'll get better as we go, we promise. But this was fun. I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to just like share this part of our life with you guys.
Yeah. It's just good to give them an inside look to what we do
I
or
know.
who we are,
Yeah.
what our day-to-day looks like. And
we're happy to do it. We're happy to have you
live.
guys here, and we're happy to be able to like connect with you toward like this way, with this way. So yeah, that is all, and we will see you guys next week after we whoop Pittsburgh's tail.
Oh! She said it, not me. Signing off from Warner House.
Bye, guys. Be sure to subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts and to the Warner House on YouTube.